send a blast real quick. Thank you, Nurse Jillian. I see you. Trying to get set up real quick. What's up, everyone? ABC. Emoji, I see you there. I think we're waiting on Amazing to get here. So there we go, guys. There we go. Is that good? Is that all set up? Yes, 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 yes. I see you. What's going on, Millie? Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Happy Monday. So glad everybody was here to attend the show. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. We'll go ahead and get started here in a minute. We're waiting on your Amazing to get here. Miss Jillian's here. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in and supporting the show. I love it. We'll go ahead and just try to give everybody a few more minutes to get in. There's Jillian, role model. Yo, DJ, what's up? Guys, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that very much. Hope everybody's had a great day so far. We all know how Mondays can be. Haley, thank you. So I see that, yeah, everybody's coming in still, guys. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're still waiting on our first guest to get here. Miss Jillian's here. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, she was actually going to be on our guest. She was going to be one of our guests for next week. Ness, what's up? So I'm glad that she was able to really help me out tonight with that. QT, what's up? Yeah, if you go ahead, man, real quick. I'm pretty sure she might be just running late. So, but yeah, guys, this is a show that we do every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude, and we'll go ahead and get started here shortly as everybody's still coming in. Haley, thank you. Guys, thank you for the gifts. Don't want anybody, Miss Grace, don't want anybody to think. As we do the show, guys, we also just want to let everybody know that we don't want anyone to think that we're not reading comments. We don't want anybody to think that we're not appreciating the gifts whatsoever. But, as a respect to our guests and the conversations that we have, we just want to let everybody know that, we really appreciate what everybody's doing. So, guys, like I said, appreciate y'all being here for the show. We'll go ahead and get started here in just a little bit. Thank you, Nurse. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We all know how Mondays can be, like I said. Weekends come and go quick. Joe Chandler, AC, everybody. There she is right there. So everybody knows the weekends can kind of come and go. So we'll go ahead and get started. Amazing, you ready? Emoji's ready. Jillian's ready. You guys ready to go? Everybody, we got thumbs up? We good? We good? So what's up? Okay, Nurse Jillian's ready to go. Amazing just came in. Emoji's ready. I think we're still waiting on. Okay, there we go. All right, Emoji, we're ready when you are, brother. Yo, Emoji, thank you so much, brother, for that intro. I really appreciate you, man. Guys, please hit him with that favorite. The dude certainly puts in a lot of time and energy and effort into the work he does. He records a lot of shows on the app. He just does a lot of different things for people. He put that amazing intro together for me. He'll put his YouTube channel down on the bottom, and you can go ahead and, guys, check him out. He has a lot of episodes of Gratitude that he's recorded, as well as other shows on the app too. So like I said, definitely check out his YouTube channel when you get a chance. And I'm sure you'll be really excited to see what's in store for you on his channel. So Emoji, thank you for that, brother. Guys, welcome. Hello. It's Monday. I know everybody's probably had a long week at work or a long day at work. We know how the work week can be sometimes, but guys, thank you so much for being here. This is a show that we do every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, by the way, and the show is called Gratitude, and the show is about finding people who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have two guests that come on, and this is called circumstances, people and memories that have helped humbled them through their life, that help reflect and grow through the act of gratitude. And so that's something that we do every single Monday night at 10 o'clock. Also, guys, just want to mention to you as well, there's a lot of amazing shows, a lot of fellow content creators on the app that are certainly put a lot of time and effort into what they're doing. So please try to check them out. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, look at the top of the trending Monday through Thursday. You'll see all the amazing shows. Holly also has her show on Saturdays. So it's a theme stream. But guys, like I said, just try to hit anybody up when you can. Just throw some support, just go in there, hit them with a view, just kind of see what everybody's doing, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed at all. So guys, that's what we do. We always like to start every show off with a quote. And guys, this week's quote is this. I actually got two of them. It's a new day, fresh start, fresh energy, new opportunities. Get your mind right. Be thankful, be positive, and start your day right. Let me read that one more time, guys. It's a new day. Fresh start, fresh energy, new opportunities. Get your mind right, be thankful, be positive, and start your day right. I'm gonna leave you with this other one too, guys. This one hits different too. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope that you have the strength to start over. So guys, that's going to be what we're talking about a little bit with the new topic this week. But as this time, we're going to recap last week's topic. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Miss You're Amazing to the box. She's already there. But just to kind of let you know, guys, it's self-reflection. That's what we're going to be talking about. And I'm super, super excited to get into this with her. I cannot wait. So I'm going to welcome her to the box at this time. Hey, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hello, I am so good. Hello, how are you?
I am doing great. Happy Monday to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here for the show. I know that you're busy. I know you have a lot of different things going on in your life that we'll certainly get into tonight. So I just wanted to thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me. Truly, it's an honor just to be here. So don't go there with me. Thank you for taking your time with me.
Just to kind of give a little intro, to yourself. We'll get into that here in a second. But you, Louisiana proud, mother of one to one beautiful little boy. I know that you have a clothing line, a makeup line. So you've really got your hands into a lot of different things in life. So you stay busy. If you kind of want to and guys also as well, just want to congratulate her recently. New top badge just in the last couple weeks, and she certainly deserved it. So just wanted to give her a little shout out for that and all the different amazing things that she's working on. That's why her name's You're Amazing. For anybody that's not familiar with you, if you kind of want to sort of introduce yourself or anything you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, like he said, what was it last Friday now that we got the top badge? Yeah.
Yes.
I am so pumped, you guys. It's been crazy. It's been a wild ride. Up until this point, like I never pictured myself as a top badge when I joined the app. Like that wasn't why I got on the app. And then to have it happen to you is almost like it fits perfectly into exactly what your topic is tonight. But a little bit about me. Honestly, we went through a really rough time when COVID hit. Our family did. We have a cleaning company. We have a family cleaning company. Well, COVID at that time, nobody wanted you in their home. So we a major hit. So I reached out. I started doing TikToks. Is kind of how I got started in streaming. Started making some money on TikTok. A friend of mine was like, hey, by the way, like you should really try this one. And I ended up here, and I started at the end of January. So I'll put it to you that way. It has been a roller coaster since January. But I went into this with really not a lot of background, but just a lot of I give a crap, in my soul. Like I care, I care what you guys have going on in your life. I care what other people have to say, and my platform is generally about uplifting other people and, what other people have going on in theirs.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Guys, if you have an opportunity, please favor her along with our other guest that we're going to talk to later. Like you said, you have a lot of a very uplifting stream. You have also a lot of people that supported you even before you had the top badge. You've had a lot of loyal people, an extremely dedicated following to what you're doing, the craft that you're trying to create. And that certainly says and speaks volumes to you as a person, clearly. And so, I think that you've been obviously able to accomplish a lot of amazing things on the app as well as in your personal life. But having that top badge, of course, is a nice validation to what you're trying to do. And it's nice to be able to, sort of just be really grateful and appreciative for the opportunity. So, yeah.
I'm very humbled.
Um, as you kind of think about the topic at hand of self-reflection, where does your mind go? What do you think? What really stands out at you when you hear that phrase?
Honestly, it's so crazy. I think about giving my grandpa's eulogy, and he always said, "You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul." And so, honestly, when I think back on that, I think to myself, like, where did I relinquish my power? Like, where did I get my power? Where did I invest my energy? Where was my time? So to me, self reflection is simply thinking about where you put a part of yourself, where you left it, and what you took from it when you came back. So,
Yeah, I love that. I mean, when you say it so nicely, I mean, when you leave a part of yourself, where do you feel like through your journey that you've left yourself?
oh God, honestly, I have left my poor broken and shattered heart on far too many floors. But no, I think I left a part of me that was insecure and a part of me that didn't quite love herself as much as she should, and who may have had bad coping mechanisms, and who may have done things that she's not particularly proud of. I left that part of myself in the past. In fact, I quoted something the other day on social media. I said, "You people visit my past more often than I do. I don't live there anymore. I sold the whole building." Like, I left all of that shame, that doubt, that fear, that those feelings of insecurity and self-loathing. All of that I left behind me, and I decided to go ahead and step into a new and
Yeah.
embrace it.
And I love that. What a great attitude that is for sure. Guys, anybody new here? This is a show that we do called Gratitude every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the show's just kind of talking to people about different topics and kind of showing, what we're grateful for, what we're appreciative for in our life, circumstances, situations that have made us really humble. And I think that we all can really appreciate that, regardless of your background, regardless of your situation, regardless of whatever your upbringing was. I think we all can certainly look at things in a lot of different ways and be very appreciative and grateful for that. And at this time, we're talking to You're Amazing. She's a great person that I've also been able to follow for quite some time. And I think that, you really hit the nail on the head when you were talking about, not leaving or leaving your stuff in the past, not focusing or dwelling so much on that. I think that we all, have been there. We're all where we're at right now is not where everybody's been. There's a past, there's a present, there's a future. A lot of us, want to try to move past maybe sometimes in our past where we've had struggles. Maybe we were in relationships where, we had to do some self-reflecting. Maybe we were in certain situations with friendships where we had to do, some soul searching and some self-reflecting. So I think it's really important, to your attitude and your perspective that you have to kind of sort of set that stuff to the side and realize that, hey, that was a version of myself maybe not necessarily ashamed of, maybe I'm not necessarily proud of, but regardless, it's where you were at, and it's not. Hopefully, as we grow as people, it's not where we're at now, and it's certainly not where we want to be. So,
The day,
you know as you were leaving that in the past, where were you able to grow from that? Where were you able to do the self-reflecting to kind of be where you're at now and where you want to be?
honestly, I really took a step back, and so I left a toxic relationship was step number one. A toxic relationship, I think ridding any toxicity in your life is number one, is key in growth. And I think self-reflection, honestly, to me, is it comes with more growth than the experience in and of itself. Reflecting on an experience teaches you more than the experience ever could. So,
Absolutely.
but I think honestly, I got rid of the toxicity. I rid myself of the poison, and I was able to kind of like, um, I don't really talk about my journey a whole lot, but I separated myself from my hometown, which was also a really toxic part of my life, and I kind of started to learn to find myself again, love myself again, do things again. You guys, a lot of you guys don't know this. I don't talk about this ever on my stream, but at one point in time, I was 185 pounds. So believe it or not, I worked really hard to get down to where I am, and I put in a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it took a lot of learning to love myself again, to invest that time in myself. So
Yeah.
that was somewhere I found a lot of meditation and working out and like, just like eating better, doing things to make myself happy again.
Yeah, I love that. I think that a lot of people can share similar stories, where we don't have the confidence in where we are as people in our mind. Maybe we're not necessarily confident in where we are when we look at ourselves physically in the mirror. I think a lot of times people can struggle with that. I mean, it's certainly, as you go through that stuff, it makes you feel like that you're on an island a little bit, and you think that, nobody else really understands what I'm going through, and whatever the case may be. But, like you said, you've been able to kind of weather that storm and sort of go through the process of self-reflection, as well as, I'm sure, a lot of wonderful other things that you did, like you said, working out, getting in a better mindset, not necessarily being in a toxic relationship. All those things I think a lot of times people don't understand. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of things that, there's a lot of hoops that you have to kind of jump through, to get out of those situations. And sometimes that takes years. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes being in that stuff multiple times to really get out of it. I know people have sometimes, as they were going through things of self-reflecting in their own life, they look back and they see that, you do make mistakes. We're all human. We all, go through things in life, trials and tribulations. But, being able to learn through that, I think, is certainly important, and certainly something that you've learned and been able to apply in your own life.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I honestly feel like the self-reflection. I read a really good book. It was The Five Stages of Grief. I know there are several different versions, but mine was The Five Stages of Grief. Whenever I went through, I struggled with a loss. It was suicide for me, and to me, suicide is that hits home for me. And I won't get into it, but I will say that it took a part of me. That took a piece of me, and that piece of me I had to learn within the last 6 years to leave behind. So the book really helped me. I say if you're going through something, there are methods, there are ways, there's literature, there are things that you can reach out and do to kind of help guide you through those things.
Yeah.
Even if it's just reaching out to any one of you on here, guys, you are welcome to reach out to me at any point in time if you just need an ear. But I can say that it's out there, the ways to deal with these trials and lives, and you can find it. You just got to find what it is that is going to make you tick again, because I think you like you become numb to everything around you, especially after a loss like that. So you lose so much of you that you don't even realize, and then it just all kind of like it comes back day by day, but you have to build on it. It could easily take anyone down. I mean, I suffer from PTSD still.
Yeah. I mean, you made a great point too, where you're talking about you have to find, whether it be literature or whatever the case may be, you have to find what works for you to make you tick again. I think a lot of times when people deal with traumatic experiences in their life, they go through situations that they just don't know how to handle. Maybe it's something that they're not necessarily used to or haven't ever experienced. Time can kind of stand still.
It does.
Time can kind of feel like that you're not moving. You're not going in any direction. You feel like you're just at a crossroads or an intersection. It's like, man, where do I go? Kind of thing. And like you said, for you, you've been able to find a way or multiple ways to do that. And it certainly shows you as a person, you as a streamer. I'm sure that as well as the things that you've gone through in your own personal struggles in life, it's also helped you be probably the best mom that you want to be, and an example in your life and your son's life that you want to really lay the foundation and groundwork for. So I think that certainly is something to be really proud of and really appreciative of too.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. As we kind of sort of wrap up the topic of the self-reflection, what do you what do you offer to people other than, books and things like that? What are really things that you feel like people can grab from this conversation to apply in their life to make a difference?
Honestly, I think that when you help other people, you're helping yourself more than you
Hmm.
realize. What you're gonna do in turn by helping another person is you're going to reflect a and manifest a almost like a vision onto yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so like whatever you get, whatever you give, you get. Whatever you give is returned to you. Whatever you put into the universe is returned to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you put yourself in a position where you're available at all times to just really, if it's lend an ear or lend $5, whatever it may be that you can do to help someone else, I think is where I find personally my biggest you know that's the biggest for me.
I love it. I love it. And
That,
what a great, and as your own name says, what a great and amazing attitude that is. I absolutely love that perspective. I love that mentality. And I think that as you continue to go forward with that, you'll certainly continue to do well in so
uh,
many aspects of your life. Guys, like I said, please hit her with a favorite. Please check her out. She streams often, recent top badge. She's also check her out. Her Instagram page is you can hit her with a favorite and see that. She's got, like, again, amazing clothing line, makeup line, wonderful
yeah.
things happening for her.
One thing that I did learn that helped me. Oh,
No, I might need to get a pen out. Might jot this down. Let's go ahead. We're getting real advice here. Let's go.
it like lagged out right there. So I was gonna say words of affirmation, guys. Um,
I'm writing it down.
So, words of affirmation. Get a notepad, write a sticky note that says something like, "You're beautiful," or "Listen to this song, an uplifting song," or, and fold it up and give it to a stranger. Watch how that person smiles that day. I promise, just watch their smile as they open that little sticky note.
Yes, I love it. Hey, it's like a lot of things in life. It's the little things that you do that can affect you in such a very big way. It can affect other people in a very big way. And I love that attitude. Absolutely love it.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. That's how much everybody loves your advice too.
I love it. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you, Jamison. Listen, I love this topic. We could go on and on and on forever about it, but I know there are some other amazing people who have great stories, and I'm excited for you guys.
Well, thank you so much for being here again. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Bye, dear.
Bye. Guys, wow, that's how we start out a show right there. Just such a lovely person to offer such, inspiring words with, words of affirmation. And guys, let's try to do that. That is a really good attitude to have, where if you just write down words of affirmation, if you just write down something to, hand to somebody else, whether it's a note, whether it's, $5, whatever the case may be, do the best that you can do every day. And you'll certainly see that stuff come back to you in tenfold. So, guys, anyone new here, this is Gratitude. This is a show that we do every single Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And just the show, again, if for anybody's not familiar with it, this is a show about finding people who wish to show more thanks during their life. Each week we have two guests that just recall circumstances, people, and memories that have humbled them, that help reflect, and help them grow through the act of gratitude. And as we were just finishing up a beautiful story with You're Amazing, she shared such an inspirational, story and what self-reflection really means to her. So guys, we're going to switch gears. That was self-reflection. This week's topic is the quotes that we were reading earlier is going to be fresh starts. I don't know how a lot of people feel about that, but, fresh starts can certainly be an important part of your life. It can be something that in a lot of ways be something where you grow. Maybe it's something that, whether it be relationships, family members, people that you date, new job, anything in your life. Fresh starts can be a wonderful thing. It's certainly what you make of it. It's all about the attitude. It's all about the mindset and the perspective that you have. And I cannot wait to get into this topic. I want to just welcome a very dear friend of mine to the box at the time, Miss Nurse Jillian.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here. I just want to kind of sort of start out before we get into anything with you. I just want to say that I really admire the fact that you are a nurse for a living. Just like people in the Army, anybody in the armed forces, I certainly want to say that we appreciate the service that you offer to people. I know that a lot of times nurses go overlooked or underappreciated for what they do because they really deal with a lot of things that people don't necessarily see. I mean, we see shows about, Grey's Anatomy and this and that, but it doesn't really give you the true perspective of what really goes into your daily job all the time. And so I just really wanted to start off the bat and thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I mean, if y'all are Grey's Anatomy fans, it's definitely not the doctors at the bedside. 9 times out of 10, it's your nurse who's noticing something on her assessment and going to tell your doctor, and then your doctor does something about it. So it's such a team effort, and it has to be a selfless career, that's for sure. So
Absolutely. I can very much relate to that about being selfless for sure.
yeah.
For anybody that's unfamiliar with you as a streamer, as a person, if you want to kind of introduce yourself, anything you want to share, anybody to get more familiar with you?
Yeah, no. So I started on here like maybe April of last year. One of my friends told me about it, and he was like, "It's really cool. Like Like I think it's really used for dating, but you don't have to use it for that. And the streams are real fun, and I've met a lot of people." And so I was like, "Okay." And then I hopped around in a couple people's boxes and like meeting people, and they were like, "You would be really good at this. Like you need to do this."
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. And then, in a matter of just like a few months, like back then, having a milli week was like unheard of. Getting a jet was insane. So it's crazy now people like throw like ice dragons and like out of nowhere, because back in the day, we would literally cried probably. But so like I went from just being really at it on this app, and then life happened. And so the past 6 months, I've really been off and on, and I've been trying to get back into the swing of things last month. But I'll tell you what, as a nurse who was in quarantine a year ago and working the pandemic too, like this app helped a lot.
Right. Absolutely.
Sure.
I think I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard a lot of stories from people that this app has just been really a blessing in disguise. It's been a saver. It's been something that they really needed in their life. In a lot of different ways. I mean, a lot of people, let me put it this way, the app can be very interesting and different in a lot of ways, but I think if you make it what works for you, obviously people are entitled to run their streams whatever they want to, but I think that if you really get into having genuine relationships with people that you can talk to on the app, off the app, I think that if you have that mindset, it's certainly something that you can learn to really appreciate and be very appreciative in so many ways for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've made some great friends on here that, you just can't. And again, like how awesome is it that you have like a platform like this where you can do a show about gratitude? Like,
Sure.
To be able to say that you have a platform where you can have people listen is just cool in itself. So
it really is. This has probably been one of the most humbling and exciting experiences I've ever had in my life, being on the app, where I'm able to provide content with amazing, guests every single week that are able to share stories about them, not just as a streamer, but as people. I think a lot of times people fail to realize that, this small screen of a computer screen or an iPhone or an iPad, I think that it gives you just a very small idea or window into how people really are. And so, I think sometimes we can forget that we still have lives, we still have jobs, we still have a lot of different things in our life that need a lot of attention. And this is a great outlet for us to kind of get away from that in a lot of ways.
right. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. It's just like I said, I've met some like of the best people, and it's been a good distraction. But yeah, I don't know where I would be without it. Probably in like this time last year, honestly.
Yeah. And I'm sure that it's been an amazing fresh start for a lot of people, of course. When you kind of hear about fresh starts, where does your mind go? What really jumps out in terms of your life and what you've lived as far as fresh starts and experiences?
Yeah, so I've got two, I would say, that are pretty big life experiences in general.
Okay.
Starting, we'll go ahead and get the sad one out of the way. Starting, like, for me, most people have really good relationships with their parents, and I envy you. Me and my dad are great. Me and my mom have always had like a really rocky history. She was really into drugs, in and out of jail, from the time I was 10 to now. And so that just really shaped me, because trying to, like your amazing said, kind of like having to get rid of that toxicity and choosing like to step away and not be a part of it was hard when it's your mother, right? She's
Sure.
like, she's still your mom, like, and you want your mom there, but it's kind of one of those things you just gotta love them from a distance, right? And so mine and her relationship with me really was just so rocky. It has been, like I said, for like the last 10 years probably. And until this May, I mean, to the point where it was like Mother's Day and I text her Happy Mother's Day, you know. That's just kind of how our relationship was. And then this May, she got really ill. She had to go to the ER. She realized she couldn't lift her arms to eat anymore. And she was diagnosed with ALS, which, if you don't know what that is, it's also known as Lou Gehrig's or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Basically, all the neurons that are attached to your muscles just die, and your brain is telling your arm to move, but there's nothing connected to the muscle to make it move. And so essentially, that's what Stephen Hawking had. Essentially, you kind of become trapped in your own body. She's still there, 110%. But because these muscles don't work in her neck like they're supposed to, she can barely talk. And she's kind of trapped in her own body, and it's been really hard to watch these last 2 months. You know, she's just getting worse each day goes on. And so again, kind of wrapping back around to a fresh start, you know, that was like my wake up call. That was like, and hers as well.
Sure.
Like, just to be like, holy crap, you know, like when I've told everybody, it's like, the problem is you think you have time. And you don't. My mom will literally probably pass away like next month. And you think you have time. And how like naive and narcissistic of us to think that we can just make it up later, or, you know, assume that you'll reconnect years down the road. And so for me, again, while she was on her deathbed and we were talking, and I was just like, you know, I forgave you, right? Like, that was really important for me to let her know. And she was like, I'm so sorry, like I wasn't there for you. And so again, sorry.
No,
So,
you're
yeah,
good.
starting over with her has been like my biggest lesson. So yeah.
That's great. I mean, you know, you go through, you know, you go through situations in life where you have rocky roads or rocky relationships with people, and you know, I'm sure that your mom would be very I'm sure your mom would be very proud of you today to know that she's raised a very awesome, successful individual. And, you know, even when you get past that, is certainly something, like you said, a fresh start is important. To know that, you know, she'll always still care about you. You're always going to be your daughter. And, you know, I think that when you can lay your head down at night and know that she's proud of you, that I'm sure it means a lot to you. Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said, it was just so much, I just had to let her know, you know, and I told her, I mean, like I said, she's really hard to understand. And so I kind of leaned down in her face when she was at the hospital, and I was like, you know, I forgave you, right?
Right.
And I said, I'm not trying to make you cry. And, you know, like I said, she was like, I'm so sorry I wasn't there, because again, kind of going back to fresh starts, I had went through a divorce. And like, I didn't have my mom, you know, like I didn't have that type of support system. You know, it's just different. Like, you just need your mom sometimes.
Right.
And so she apologized. She's like, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you and all this stuff. And again, like I had told her, I was just like, I said, I just let my pride get in the way. I said, and I think so did she. But I said, I've always cheered you on. I've always been cheering you on just from afar. And so wrapping that all back around to like my divorce, I was with this dude for 6-7 years. We had just bought a beautiful, like, new construction farmhouse in his hometown. And this was just January of last year. It was a month or two in, and he looked at me, he's like, I'm not happy anymore. So this all happened like last year. And this has happened this year. So we're really shooting for 2022.
It'd be a big year in a lot of different ways for so many people,
It-
especially yourself.
yeah, and so that being my second fresh start, I mean, here I am, like needless to say, he cheated, at least he married her, they're happy, they have a baby, whatever, that's great. I think everybody deserves to be happy, and I think that, again, I am so thankful that he changed his mind, because I'm engaged, and
Awesome.
I would literally go through it 1,010 times over, just to get to like where you are. You know what I'm saying? So again, just like accepting those fresh starts, whether in my case, I didn't want it, I didn't ask for it. Same thing with my mom, I didn't ask for a fresh start, but sometimes you're just handed it and you just have to like run with it.
Yeah. You know, I think when you were sharing about, you know, your mom, it really made me think about my own mother.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have obviously had a very good relationship, but it just made me, you know, as I was listening to your story, how appreciative it made me of my mom.
Yeah.
And the fact that I know that I'm very blessed to come from such a great family and a great background. I know that not everybody has that. And, you know, it just makes me think of how important it is to have a fresh start. I know that there probably been times in my own personal life where maybe I wasn't as much of maybe I didn't call her as much as I should. Maybe I didn't reach out as much as I should. And the fact that I still have my mom, and the fact that she's not, you know, in a situation similar to yours, it just makes me want to call her right now.
Yeah.
And it just makes me just, like you said, it's the small things in life that we sometimes take for granted. And, you know, it makes us better people, because it shows that we still have a heart. It shows that we're still caring and loving people, that we value those relationships enough to try to start fresh.
Right.
And in your case, you know, you were with someone for a very long time, and the fact that you were not in that situation anymore, and you've been able to meet someone that has been very incredible to you in your life in so many different ways, is an amazing fresh start. So you kind of go from where it was with your mom, you know, and to where it is now. You know, it really just shows how much of a fresh start has really been in your own personal life. In a lot of great ways. You know, I think a lot of times people don't understand that the glass is half full and it's not half empty.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in our case, you know, I had always said, you know, toxic is toxic. Like, and again, let me also say, me like distancing myself from her for all these years, I would still do it. I would not have been the woman I am had I not endured that, whether I chose it or whether she reflected it onto me, or I just can't imagine having that toxic lifestyle, and how that would have influenced me and my decisions and my choices, because I definitely don't think, I know I wouldn't be where I am now.
Right.
And so I don't take it back, because you have to do what's good. Like, you have to do what you have to do for you. So I know people will tell you like, that's your mom, it doesn't matter. Well, you know, now in hindsight, does it suck? Yes. But again, I don't think either of us would have necessarily done it differently, because we did what was the healthiest to do. So,
well, yeah. And I mean, that's really what a fresh start is at the end of the day. It's a fresh start. You know, everybody, you know, can be in situations and circumstances that maybe they don't necessarily understand a lot of the times. And that fresh start can come along in any time of your life. You can, you know, be here and there in a matter of months or a year. You can meet this person and date someone like this for a while, and all of a sudden you know someone for just a few months, and you all of a sudden just, you know, love him or love her, you know, in a lot of different ways. And so it's interesting a lot of times how life can work that way. I think a lot of times people think that fresh starts, that you're just starting at the bottom again. And that's not necessarily the case, because, you know, if you're happy, if you're in a better place, if you're removing yourself from toxicity, if you're removing yourself from situations that aren't bettering your life or bettering the current circumstances you're in, you know, that's great. You're not around that anymore, you know, and so you're not starting at zero, you're starting fresh.
yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times I think in life, it's about perspective. It's about the ability to adapt and understand that, you know, you don't have to always look at things, like I said, as the glass is half empty. A lot of times it's half full. And if you continue to have that mindset, I think people can be really successful in a lot of different ways in their life. Guys, if you're new here, this is a show that we do every single Monday night. It's called Gratitude. It starts at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about things that people are just appreciative of, thankful for, things that humble them in their life in a lot of different ways. And it shows that, you know, we're just reflecting on that through a lot of different acts of gratitude. And we're certainly having an amazing story with Nurse Jillian about how important it is to have fresh starts. She was actually going to be our guest next week, but we were going to have Bart on tonight, but he was busy and he was traveling, and we want to wish him safe travels and what he's doing. And I'm glad that you were able to pop in and be able to talk about it. We were going to talk about this last night or next week. And so, it's great to be able to still talk about the conversation and have such a great topic on hand. As you move forward, in fresh starts, as you move forward in the life that you're going to begin with, obviously an amazing man that you've met, where does that leave you? Where does that leave you as far as applying that definition into your life moving forward?
I think just being humbled a little bit sometimes, like just when I thought my life was getting good when I was married years ago, just bought this beautiful house, thought we'd be putting kids in it in a few months, just because life is going good. Like, I just think you can't take it for granted. You just can't. And sometimes you just have to play the cards you've been dealt, no matter how crappy they are. I mean, and it's just like, it is what it is. And talking about like a fresh start, again, wrapping up to my mom, I'm not a very religious person. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm not very religious. And, but I definitely think in a way, this is my mom's way of getting a fresh start. She never remarried after my dad. And I really think this is someone's way of saying, here's your fresh start. Here's true peace and happiness. And maybe that comes in the form of a life-threatening illness. I think everyone finds a fresh start or peace or healing in a totally different way.
Yeah.
And I think, and in her case, I really hope this is her considering it to be her fresh start and just, you know what I'm saying? And just leaving things on a good note with all of her family and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, like you said, fresh starts can be a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Just like interpretations and perspectives are different for so many different people across the board. I think that she'll be able to find the peace and joy that maybe she's not been able to find through sickness. And I think that you're able to find a little bit, maybe possibly of a sense of closure in your life. And, as you move forward with the life that you're going to create with someone that you've met through another situation that didn't necessarily work out, fresh start will be just the sky for you. I mean, it's unlimited. And, I think that is just a great way to live for sure.
Yeah. And I'll end with this saying that it's crazy again, just to be humble. And even when your life is going how you want it to, just don't be so naive enough to think that something can't come along. Just got to appreciate what you have. But during my divorce, I didn't want to be alive Christmas time. And I can't imagine had I gone through with that, because look at what all I would have missed.
Sure.
I mean, like that I just can't. Meeting him and finding this peace and closure with my mom, I think, are the two things that are gonna like fully heal my heart. And like, what a crappy way to get there. But man, I would do it all over again. I would go through all the heartbreak and all the toxicity just to get where I am today,
I mean, sometimes when you're in the trenches taking grenades, it's not necessarily about losing the battle. It's certainly about winning a war.
That's exactly right.
That's certainly a great attitude to have for sure. Anything that you want to leave with anyone in closing for fresh starts? Any advice that you'd like to leave in a way that I'm sure has not only already touched people's lives in the conversation we've had, but moving forward for us to have food for thought?
Yeah, I mean, just saying, like, let me be an example. I've always been an open book and saying, like, for me, you guys, like in high school, I was like cheerleading captain and homecoming queen and class favorite and XYZ, but nobody knew what was going on in my home life with an addict of a mother and a broken family and things like that, and it's like, you can hide it and that's fine if you need to put up a front, but like, if anyone takes one thing away from this, because I shared my story, then it's, then it was all worth me being an open book. But I think I think everybody needs a therapist. My life was saved multiple times by mine since I was 17. And just when you think you don't have anything to talk about, I promise you do. And I just really hope people can see me going from what would be this movie type of basic blonde B word, and then not knowing what else is going on. And just knowing that this is all a front. We show you what we want you to see. And it doesn't discriminate. I'm telling you that tragedies do not discriminate. And just to be able to have that fresh start is just, again, I would go through it all again. I don't know.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking the time to share such a very vulnerable story about your life and where you've been. And I just admire the vulnerability from your perspective and being able to share that so openly with us. I very much appreciate that. I think that's I've been doing this show for a long time. I think that's only the second time I've ever cried on the show.
Oh, no.
And both times have been about family related stuff. So, for you to be able to bring that out of me and how appreciative I am of my own family, it just certainly says a lot about you and the nature of what you've been through. So thank you so much for being here, Nurse. I appreciate you guys. Anybody hit her with a favorite? She's a great person. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye. Thank you so much.
All right. Guys, wow. What a show tonight. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to go with that right now. I mean, just two incredible people, two amazing, incredible stories. Just a self-reflection with You're Amazing, and just, fresh starts with Nurse Jillian. It's such a wonderful thing. And I'm glad to, again, just have a show like this to be able to offer this kind of content each and every single week. Guys, we'll just kind of leave you again with those quotes that we had about fresh starts, and we'll kind of let you know what next week's topic is. It's a new day, fresh start, fresh energy, new opportunities. Get your mind right. Be thankful, be positive, and start your day right. It's a new day, fresh start, fresh energy, new opportunities. Get your mind right. Be thankful, be positive, and start your day right. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. Let me read that one more time, guys, because that really hits to what we were just talking about. It's never too late to become who you want to be. I hope you live a life that you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start over. Guys, that was a great conversation tonight, a great show like every single week. I'm just certainly honored and very privileged to have this kind of content on the app. And it's just awesome. And I want to just thank two amazing people for being so vulnerable and humble and honest with what they were experiencing in their own lives. And it's just a great thing. I'll stop rambling and let you guys know what next week's topic is. Next week's topic is family. I know that can be kind of broad with a lot of different people. It's like, well, family, what can we talk about with that? Well, I mean, a lot of times you can be very grateful for your family. You can be very grateful for the relationships that you have with people. And I think a lot of times people don't understand that you don't necessarily have to, and it says it in my profile, you don't necessarily have to be blood to be family. You can value people in a lot of different ways that make them just as close as you are with people that you're related to by blood. So we're going to get into that topic next week. We're going to have Bart back on. Like I said, I hope he's safe in his travels. I hope he gets where he needs to be. And we got a very, 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 very other special guest along with Bart next week that I'm very excited to post on Instagram. So like I said, guys, if you're ever interested in being on the show, please hit me up on Instagram. Please add me. You can hit me with a message on there. We can certainly let you know the topics that we're going to go over. And we can just have a conversation about what people would be interested in. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. That's the show. That's a wrap. Whew. Oh, Adventure, thank you. Let's change that really quick. ABC, thank you. Let's change that photo real quick. Let's get that going because we're out of show mode. I will read you guys comments here in just a second. What's up? What's up, guys? Who's still here? Let me get these gifts back on too. Right after the Rock Lobster. Who's still up in here, man? Guys, thank you so much. Haley, everybody, guys, thank you. Man, what a show tonight, guys. ABC, Haley, Miss Grace. Who's all up in here? Millie. Man, you guys are awesome. Juliet. Oh my gosh, guys, thank you. Let me get some music going. What a show tonight. Let's go. Oh, man. Woo. Guys, welcome, welcome. ABC, what's up? Guys, thank you. Boss Life. Guys, anybody new here, please hit me with that favorite. I appreciate that very much. What a show tonight, guys. Deborah. Julianne. Man, got me over here crying like a baby. Lord have mercy. Thinking about my mom and all that. Sarah, Jewel, what's up? Man, what a show tonight, guys. Wow. No, it's good. Who's still up in here, guys? Miss Grace is still here? Oh, man, what a show, guys. What's up? Jewel, Adventure. Yeah, just a little bit early. Oh man, what a show. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Miss Grace, everybody up in here, guys. What's up? Man, let me just go ahead and thank you all the gifters of the stream. Juliet, Millie, Haley, Nurse, Miss Grace, ABC, Adventure, Bad at Love, Lisa, you're amazing. Top 10 gifters of the stream, guys. Thank y'all so much. Guys, music too loud? Or are we good? Adventure. Actually, no, is it not loud enough? Yo, Southern! Let's go! Thank you! Oh my gosh, thank you, love! Thank you! Oh my god, I haven't seen that diamond drone in a minute! Happy Monday, guys! Man, what a show tonight. Lord have mercy. Ooh, bitcher! Oh my god, luxury car! Thank you! Oh my gosh! Meg, what's up? Venture, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, Balazs.